Hello everyone, in this tutorial I'm going to teach you how to knit this fishbone skirt. Okay, to start the skirt, first cast 39 stitches on the needles. So in this way, this is number 1, 2. So you take the yarn this way. This is number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. After casting 39 stitches, you tie a knot with these yarns and start to make the rib. First, we need to knit the rib. To do this, we use twisted rib that I will show you how to knit twisted rib. So the first one, always remove the first one in this way. Then, so if the first one is purl, so the second one is knit. So for twisted rib, we move the needle under the yarn and pull it inside. So normally we move the needle over the yarn, but in this model, we move the needle under the yarn. So this is knit. The second one is purl. Again, move the needle under the yarn. Use your middle finger to make it easier. Move it inside. So we need one purl and one knit. So this one was purl. The second one is knit. So move the needle under the yarn and pull it inside. Again, move the needle under the yarn. This is purl. Use your middle finger to help you pull the yarn inside. Again, this is knit. Move the needle under the yarn and do it until the end of the row. And the last stitch is purl, so move the needle under it and pull it inside. Again, in the next round, we have knit and purl. So the first one is knit. If the first one is knit, take it out from the bottom. If it is purl, take it out from the top. So the second one is purl. Again, move the needle under the yarn and pull it inside. Again, this way. Use your finger to help you in the purl one because it is a little difficult with us using your finger. So this is purl. The second one is knit. Purl and knit. Again, purl and knit. So do this pattern for 7 rows. So our rib has 7 rows. You can use more. You can knit more, but always finish with an odd number of rows. For example, 7, 9, or for example 5 if you want it to be in smaller size. Okay, so we knit 7 rows of the rib, of the twisted rib, and I will see you at the end of row 7. Okay, after knitting 7 rows of the rib, now we start to make additions to the skirt. So the first one is pearl. Remove it. Then knit the second one. This is the usual knit. You don't need to twist it. Then yarn over and pearl. Again, yarn over, knit, and yarn over, pearl. Yarn over, knit, yarn over, and pearl. So be careful that this is the usual and regular knitting and purling. So knit, yarn over, pearl, yarn over, knit, yarn over, and purl. You move the needle over the yarn with the knitting and purling. So in this way, you add stitches to the rib. You don't need to make additions before the last stitch, and this is the knit one, and you knit it. Okay, in the next row you remove the first one, and the second one is purl, and you knit all yarn overs. So we have 3 knits in a row. So every yarn overs must be knitted as knit 1. Okay, so we have a purl and knit the yarn over, and we have another knit and knit the third yarn over. Again, purl, knit, knit, and knit. Again, purl, knit, knit, and knit. So in this way you have 1 purl and 3 knits. All yarn overs must be knitted as knit 1, not purl. Okay, in this round we have 3 types of stitches. One is knitting, the other one is purling, and the third one is garter stitch. You must knit all yarn overs with garter stitch. Let me show you how. So this is purl 1, take it out. Then we have knit. This is the yarn over, and we use garter stitch. For garter stitch, you move the needles from the front to the back. Then you have purl. Yeah, and again we have a garter and move from front to the back. And we have knit. Again, garter, purl, garter, knit. So we have 1 garter, 1 purl, 1 garter, 1 knit. So follow this pattern until the end of the row. Again, in the next row we have first we remove the edge, then we have a pearl, then a garter, a knit, and a garter, and pearl. You can look at the back side. See if the back side is knit. So here is pearl. Because the garter ones look similar in both sides, So we have garter, knit, garter, pearl. So if you look, the garters are similar in both sides, but the knit and pearls are different. So again, a garter, knit, a garter, pearl, a garter, knit, a garter, pearl. And follow this pattern until the end of the row. Okay, in this round again, we have additions. So you remove the first one, knit, and we have one garter, and we have additions, pair additions, and we have one garter, knit, and one garter. So before and after the pair one, we have additions. Okay, so yarn over, purl, yarn over, garter, knit, and garter. Again, yarn over, purl, yarn over, garter, knit, and garter. So the additions are only before and after the purl one. Now in the next row, you purl the first one, remove it, and we have garter, and purl, and knit, the yarn over, knit, knit, again, we have garter and purl. Again, we have a garter, knit, is yarn over, knit, and knit, and a garter, and purl. Again, a garter, knit, knit, and knit. So all yarn overs must be knitted, and garter, purl, garter, knit, knit, and knit. Okay, you knit this pattern for 2 more rows. That is, you make a garter. This is the edge. We have a garter and purl, a garter, and knit. But again, after the edge, we have 2 garters and a pair and 2 garters and knit. Again, 2 garter, purl, and 2 garters, knit. Do this pattern for 2 rows. After making 2 rows of 2 garters, 1 purl, and 2 garters, 1 knit, we have again additions. So we start to make additions. So we have, this is the edge. Now we have 2 garters, 1, 2, and knit, and 2 garters. So here we have the purl one. So before and after the purl, we make additions. Yarn over, purl, yarn over. Garter, 2 garters, knit, and 2 garters, yarn over, purl, yarn over. Again, 2 garters, knit, 2 garters, and when we are knitting the purl one, we have yarn overs before and after the purl. Again, 2 garters, knit, 2 garters, yarn over, purl, yarn over. So do this pattern until the end of the row. Again, in the next row, you must knit all yarn overs. So we have here the edge. So we have 2 garters and the purl one, and 2 garters, 1, 2, and knit, knit, and knit. So you must knit all yarn overs. Again, 2 garter, 1 purl, 2 garters, knit, knit, and knit. Again, 2 garters, purl, 2 garters, knit, knit, and knit.
So do this pattern until the end of the row.
Okay, the next row, so remove the first one, and we have a purl as the edge, and 2 garters, 1, 2, and a knit. This is the edge. But in the other parts, we have 3 garters, 1, 2, 3, and a purl. Again, we have 3 garters, 1, 2, 3, and a knit. Okay? 1, 2, 3, purl, 1, 2, 3, knit. Do this pattern for 2 or 3 rows. Okay, when you reach the desired length, start to close the skirt. Okay, to close these stitches, you decrease 2 stitches into 1, and then again move back. Okay, we turn the stitch and knit them together. So in this way, you close the stitches. So continue until you reach the last one. So in this way, we close the stitches. So in this way, you finish this skirt and then leave a long tail for finishing the skirt and cut the yarn. This way you end the skirt. And now we want to join the seam together. So in this way you use the hook to join these parts together. Again, these 2 stitches and these 2 make a slip stitches. These ones, these are edge part. Okay, again, 2 stitches here. And this way you can join these 2 parts together. Okay, start to make the loop in the front side. So we join the seams in the wrong side, and now we start to make the loop in the right side and make a slip stitch, and then make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 chains and join them here to the last stitch of the rib, this way, and then make single crochets in these chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So, and join it and make a slip stitch in the next 1, So you make 1, 2, 3, 4, and again 5 and 6. Again make 7 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and connect it to the end stage of the rib, and then make make single crochets with these chains. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Again, make a slip stitch in the next, and in this way you can make a belt loop for your skirt. Okay, every 6 stitches you make these belt loops, and when you reach the first one you make a slip stitch, and now you want to hide this yarn. Okay, hide this yarn the wrong side with needles. And cut the yarn again, do the same, this yarn, and hide it inside the stitches. Okay, now our skirt is ready. Now we start to make the belt or the doll. The blouse color for making the belt. You can choose your favorite color for crocheting the belt. And this is Alize Diva yarn. So for making the belt, we use Tunisian style. So you start with 4 chains, and then you make 4 loops on the hook. Then start to decrease them and crochet 2 of them together. Again, we have 1 loop on the hook. Leave the first one and start in the second one. Make 1, 2, and 3 loops on the hook. Okay, and crochet every 2 together. Again, leave the first one. So if you start with 4 chains, you must have 4 loops on the hook. Okay, number 4, 1, 2, and 3. Again, we have 1 loop here. This is number 2, number 3, and number 4 is hidden here. So do it until you reach the desired length of the waist, until it is the size of the waist. Okay, when the belt is the size of the skirt, mine is about 14 centimeters. You insert it into the skirt this way. Insert it into the loops of the skirt. Finish this part and connect these 2 parts together. In this way, you will make slip stitches here. So number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4, and cut the yarn. Leave a long tail so that we can sew the button to it. So when you cut the yarn, make a slip stitch and close it in this way. Now we want to sew the button to it. You can choose silver or gold button. It depends on your taste. Okay, first hide this yarn inside And then sew the button to here. Cut this yarn. Cut this extra yarn. And now we sew the button here. So in this way, at the same time you sew the button and you hide the extra yarns. And also you can hide the seam. Okay, this is how the skirt looks at the end. Okay, we finished the tutorial for skirt. In the next video, I will show you how to knit the blouse. Thank you for watching my video, and I will see you in the next tutorial.